Well, we've got a lot to talk about today.
Put that away now, or else you'd have to leave the ground.
I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready.
Welcome back, Man United fans and people who are here to laugh at Man United. Welcome. Take a seat. Take a seat. Today we're going to talk about Man United's last 2 games of the Champions League group stage and of course some other bits and bobs which I just cannot leave out. You know what I'm talking about. So in the last video we talked about what we needed to do to qualify for the next stage of the competition. We win both our games, it was guaranteed. If we beat Young Boys and results elsewhere went our way, we could also qualify before the final game of the group stage. So yeah, I made the trip up to Old Trafford to watch Man United against Young Boys, and here's how that one played out.
Oh, go on, go on, go on! No! That's a big chance. Yeah? Oh! Yes, I like that. Come on. Oh! That's good, well done. Oh! Yeah! Oh! Huh? Mate, so you can't use them. Put that away. I'm filming myself. I'm not going to argue with you. Put that away now, or else you'd have to leave the ground. Banned grounds. Now, you have to put it away.
Alright, I'm putting it away. I'm putting it away. Cool. Absolute joke.
Love that. Ref. Oh! Yes! Oh! What just happened? Did De Gea save that?
Yeah,
that was incredible. Come on, hold it up. Go on. Yes! Come on, let's go.
Now that was one stressful night. My fellow United fans, you can agree with me. Despite us getting the result that we needed, I wasn't happy with the performance. The first half was decent. We created a lot of chances. We needed to be more clinical. Rashford in particular showed a lot of energy and determination and drive. And that's not me being critical of him, that's just an observation. Like, we could have been 3 or 4 up by half time if we had taken all the chances that we had. But we didn't. And so, in typical United fashion of late, we put ourselves under stress for the rest of the game. The second half, lackluster. It didn't look like there was any real desire coming from the players. It looked like they'd lost interest at half time, and we let our opponents back into the game, and but for that fantastic save by David De Gea, the night could have ended very differently for us. Thankfully, a late goal by Marouane and Fellaini sent us home happy and kept Mourinho in a job for a little bit longer. Now, the last game of the group stage, away to Valencia, never going to be an easy game. They're struggling in their league, like they're really struggling. They're struggling to score goals like we are, and having lost the previous game to Juventus, they had nothing to play for except pride. So if you're just looking at that, then you're thinking, Man United, you got this in the bag. On the other hand, we had guaranteed ourselves qualification, and we had a big game against Liverpool coming up the weekend after. So it would make sense to not put out a full strength side, maybe start some fringe players, some players that are struggling to get into the team, and see how they perform. I was still expecting a result though. In the unlikely event that Real Madrid were to lose to Young Boys, a win for us at Valencia would put us top of the group and give us perhaps an easier opponent in the next round of the competition. Having said all that, here's how the away fixture went. This was one of the most dire United performances I've watched in a long time. From their first attack early on, I think it was like literally not even 2 minutes in, I said to Jed, my brother who was next to me, I said to him, Rojo's gonna get spun all game. He looked out of it. He looks like he was playing with a hangover. Way too easy for defenders to walk past him, and he just didn't look confident in anything he did with the ball. Phil Jones, where do I start with Phil Jones? It's annoying because he can put in some fantastic performances, but he's so prone to making mistakes, and he was at fault for both goals. A poor clearance leading to their first, and what even happened for the second goal, because I still don't understand. Valencia weren't incredible, but at times it looked like they were a level above us. Valencia, who are struggling in their league. They have a great amount of history, they've had some quality players in the past, but right now they're in a bit of a pickle, and they completely outshone us, and it was so frustrating to watch. Let me talk about Fred. Fred put in one of the best performances of the whole team against Young Boys. I forgot to mention this. He was fantastic against Young Boys. Turns up to this game, and he can't complete one pass. He's taking too long on the ball, he's getting caught in possession way too often. It was an absolute shambles, and after what was the last draw in the second half, he played one horrible pass. We looked over, we saw Mourinho signal straight to the bench, got him off. Should have probably done it at half-time with Rojo, if I'm honest. The most frustrating thing about it is that we've seen that he has ability, but there's a lack of consistency to his performances, which he needs to get in soon, because to play at the top clubs, that's what you need. You need to be consistent with your performances. And right now, I think in that Man United squad, there's not enough players that are consistent like that at all. It's a shambles. It's very poor. Pereira. Now, I'm a big fan of Pereira. What I don't like about his game is his aggression in the tackle. It's too aggressive. It's good to put your opponent under pressure and force the mistake, but it seems like he can't do that without committing a foul, and that's my only criticism of him. Other than that, for the most part, he looked good on the ball. He got caught in possession maybe a couple of times, a bit of inexperience showing, but this is Valencia, a club that we put him out on loan to, and he played very well for them while he was on loan to them. So I expected a bit more from him this game, and I was a little bit disappointed, but that's not me trying to put him down. That's just an observation. Again, Lukaku. Now, I really want Lukaku to do well, like not just because he's playing for my team, but having read the little biography that came out about him earlier in the year, it showed me another side to him that really made me want to root for him. But when you're watching performances like that one against Valencia, it's very difficult to do. Lukaku, if you see this, I'm supporting you all the way. I'm not trying to pull you down. I'm not trying to just take digs at you. I don't think he successfully kept the ball once in that game, which when you've paid £90 million for a striker, you know, you'd expect a little bit more. A lot more. It's not all his fault. Part of that was to do with the service he was receiving, but I feel like he was just a little bit slow. Valencia was so much quicker to everything than he was. But it wasn't just him on that point. A lot of players in the side were second to everything. There's very few good performances that I can pick out from that game. The people who came on and changed the game, Lingard, Rashford, what can I say? I wish we made those substitutions earlier, but we didn't. The goal we ended up scoring was actually very good. Some hard work by Lingard, decent cross in, and a very good header from Marcus Rashford. And Mata, so very close to tying things up late on. I would have loved that. Unfortunately, it didn't go our way. So yeah, I was really disappointed with that one, but at the end of the day, we're through to the next round. That's all that really matters. And hopefully the players that didn't perform so well learned a lesson and will improve in future games. Whether that happens or not, we'll see. Anyway, ended up leaving Valencia with disappointment because of that result, but we had the weekend to look forward to, the game against Liverpool, and well, I say look forward to, after that performance, I wasn't looking forward to the weekend against Liverpool. So the game against them was on Sunday, and the Champions League draw would be on Monday. Now, let's talk about that Liverpool game very quickly. We were talking about poor performances before. I didn't think we could get much worse. I didn't. I really didn't. I actually can't believe I sat and watched that game for 90 minutes. Because it was absolutely atrocious, if I'm honest. We didn't set up to attack. It looks like we tried to defend, but we weren't very good at that. There were no specialist passes of the ball in the midfield. I don't know what the tactics were going into that game. I don't know what he expected us to do. You know, they say attack is the best form of defense. When you look at the way Liverpool have been playing, sitting back isn't going to help. You have to get at them. You have to put them under a bit of pressure. Sitting back isn't going to do anything for you. They're going to keep going and going and going until they get their goal, and that is what they did. The first goal was fantastic. The next two goals by Shaqiri, a little bit of luck. Very frustrating to concede those goals. I can't blame the defensive effort because the effort was there. We blocked about, I don't know, 14 shots. 14 Liverpool shots were blocked by Man United players. My issue is our lack of attempts. No attacking football at all whatsoever. Nothing. And the fact that we had so little attempts and they had so many. They outshot us by, I think they had 6 times as many shots as us. 36 efforts to our 6. They had something like 11 on target. We had 2. That's unheard of. In a game like that, in a rivalry like that, to see performances like that is unheard of. I'm sure even Liverpool fans were a tiny bit disappointed with how we failed to show up, in the sense that a win is so much more satisfying for you when both teams are at a good level and you still manage to beat them. Like, it's close and you still manage to beat them. Liverpool fans would have gone into that game expecting to beat us because they've been up here and we've been down there. And the league says it. What is it? 18, 19 points clear at this stage in the season? A 19-point gap between Liverpool and Man United. I'm sorry, that can't run. That can't run. No disrespect to you, Liverpool, but if it was the other way around, you'd say that can't run. You know what I'm saying? So after that 3-1 defeat at Anfield, fair play Liverpool, you won, cool. I said to my dad, I said, I'm not expecting Mourinho to last a week. We had the draw on Monday for the Champions League round of 16. Man United against Paris Saint-Germain. We're gonna go and face Neymar. Neymar's gonna tear Darmian a new arsehole because Darmian lets everything through. Defender? Where? Oh my gosh, I forgot about Mbappe. Oh God. Anyway, I'm off to Paris for the next round, so I'll be taking you guys with me to watch that. But more importantly, Tuesday morning, we got the news that Mourinho had been sacked. The club and the manager decided to go separate ways. How do I feel about it? Mixed emotions, because I really wanted Mourinho to succeed. I really like him as a character. I think he's quite entertaining. And there's no doubt that he is a good manager. He's achieved what he has achieved. No one can take that away from him. He'll tell you. However, the style of football that he had us playing wasn't my cup of tea. Those of you guys who watched me play FIFA back when I used to upload that on this channel, you would know I like to play fast attacking football. That's the type of football I like to see. That's the type of football I enjoy watching and I enjoy playing. That's not what I was getting from Man United, you know? And if we're gonna not get results from defensive performances, then I'd rather see us play attacking and entertaining football and maybe draw or lose. I mean, no one wants to lose, but if I'm gonna lose, I'd rather lose in a good fashion than to play boring defensive football and still be drawing and losing and sitting 6th, 19 points or 18 points, whatever it is, behind the league leaders. Liverpool, City, above us, running away with it. There can't be that difference in class between Man United and Liverpool, or Man City and Man United. I'm sorry, that can't run. I want all the teams to be, well, I really want to be up here, but realistically, everyone around this level, and then you get the bragging rights by beating them. That's what I want to see. So yeah, Mourinho has gone. I don't know who's going to take over next. I don't know who I want to see take over. All I know is I want to see good football. I want to see the players that weren't performing pull their socks up, get their finger out their ass, because if they were blaming the manager, that excuse is gone now. So sort your shit out. I feel very angry talking about this. I'm cool. I'm chill. It's football. I love football. It's a game at the end of the day, but I'm very passionate about my club and I want to see us do well, like any good fan would. You know what I mean? So I want to know who you guys think will take over, who you guys think should take over, what you think of Mourinho going. Are you happy? Are you sad? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. The rest of our season is now just hanging in the balance. Like we're gonna kind of be in limbo until the end of the year where we appoint a permanent manager. But for the meantime, we're looking for a caretaker manager. So let me know who you guys think will fit the role, who you guys want for the role. Okay, pause. So as you can probably tell, at the time of recording this video, we hadn't appointed a manager, but that's all changed now. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the ex-Manchester United forward, is now in charge at the club as caretaker manager. So let me know what you think of him down in the comments below. And yeah, back to you, Pastor Toby. Sorry, I stole Simon's thing. Okay, take it away. If you don't support Man United, let me know what you think from an outside perspective, like not just a banter, haha, we want Mourinho in because Man United are doing shit. I want to know what you think just from an outside perspective looking in. If that was your club, how would you feel? Who would you want? What does it look like to you on the outside, basically? I think that's all I have to say for this video, so thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like. If you didn't, hit the dislike button. Let me know down in the comments below so I can try and improve. Subscribe if you're new around here and put notifications on. I will see you guys for another episode of Manchester to Madrid, which could potentially be the last one depending on the result in the next round. But yeah, next time out, we're going to Paris, so I'll see you there. I'll talk to you guys in the bizzle. Peace.